Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to introduce you about the Greeks. First, let me talk about the Olympics. Do you know when the Olympics started and when the Olympics stopped? Well, it first started at 756 BCE. That's around the time Rome was founded. Then, do you know that gladiator shows was banned by Constantine at 325 AD, but it was not strictly stopped until 404 AD. Then, do you know that there were still criminal fights and animal fights until AD 524? By that time, the barbarians ruled Rome anyway. Then, do you know that around that time the Greeks settled in many places too? They settled in Spain. They settled in the Crimean Peninsula. They even settled in Southern Italy. Though, do you know that as the Rome conquered Southern Italy from the Greeks, the last Greek settlement was conquered at 264 BCE. Then, around that time, Carthage attacked most of Spain too, but didn't attack Portugal. I don't know why. Maybe the Celts helped them drive the Rome out. Then, do you know by that time there was only two towns that belonged to Greece in Sicily. So AD 289 BCE, Carthage began to attack Messina, the northern town. Then Rome attacked Messina and conquered it after the First Punic Wars, but Strassnessa remained neutral. But then, do you know what happened to Strassnessa? You may wonder why Rome conquered Strassnessa. Rome conquered Strassnessa at 211 BCE. It was like this. Do you know that Homer wrote a poem like this? Get a cook from Strassnessa. He will use the cheese sauce, and he will mess with everyone. So, to me, eating that food in Strassnessa is terrible, at least in ancient times. Then, do you know that the Greeks didn't settle in Southern Spain, but Carthage conquered it later? Around AD 600, Carthage was still attacking Northern Africa and still hadn't conquered Spain yet. But I have a question. Do you know if the Greeks never settled in Italy, Rome would never be strong and Carthage wouldn't have ended? Maybe if there wasn't a Greek settlement in Sicily, maybe Carthage would be good terms to Rome too. Then, it happened like this. The Carthaginian king probably thought, I want more land, and I don't want to make Rome angry. Oh yes, I can attack the Greek settlements in Sicily. But Rome clearly know that Carthage had broken the terms once more at 300 BCE. Because they attacked most of Sicily from the Greeks, except the eastern coastal area of Sicily. Then, Rome also clearly knew that because they already conquered Corsica and Sardinia. If they conquered Sicily and Strassnessa, they might attack Rome next, and Rome didn't want to end because they didn't want to be destroyed as Carthage. Do you know that Carthage was was under siege for 6 days. Then it surrendered. Rome burned down the city of Carthage. What that left was rubble. And Carthage is very important too. Do you know that the Arabs conquered Carthage, the last Byzantine stronghold in northern Africa? But the Greeks had long ended. Then, at AD 439, the Vandal Empire started, and the main city is Carthage. Then, let me tell you about another stuff, about the Greeks. There is a question for you. How long did the Greeks sail to explore? A. Britain and North Sea. B. to Crete and Cyprus and parts of Egypt. The third one is all the way to North America or South America. Well, the answer is A. the Britain and North Sea. Do you know why? Because they don't have enough food to last more than a year, not like the Middle Ages. And the best navy was at Crete. Then Crete was already attacked by the barbarians. So the pirates had the best ships. Let me tell you how to make a good ship. First, you need a narrow ship, as if it was a canoe or something like that, so you can sail quickly. Then put a sail over it and store fruit and eggs and stuff like that in ice or in pickles or vinegar containers inside box of ice or fridge too, if you had one, or if you have enough money. Then, secondly, you have to then stop don't make any lice or have any disease containing itch, or you will get very itch. So, remember to make some lice killers. But remember, if you have no time, you can also fry lice, because the lice will sizzle, and then you can dump it overboard. Then, if you are feeling boring, you can just make a monkey face and then say, "I spy on something beginning with an S." Then you can guess it. Is it C? Is it something? Is it sun? Maybe. Or you should look at a dictionary next time you play I Spy on the ship. Then, third of all, remember to put lots of wood and a cat. Remember to bring some cat food, like fish and stuff like that. Then, and the cat can kill the mouse too. Then, remember to bring enough food for 2 years. You can buy tin food, some snacks such as cool noodles. Then, let me tell you about some safety tips. Remember to bring some seasickness pills, or some sweet tablets or apple juice, stuff like that, because you can store it for a year or more. Then, remember, you can bring books too, so you can keep you occupied. If you have a baby on board, remember to put some diapers and stuff like that. Then remember to bring a pot and some firewood or kindling, touchwood, to make a fire. And you can boil the seawater to salt, or you can bring your salt. Then there's something too. You can bring a container that separates the salt from cool water, and you don't need to bring a lot of fresh water because of that. You only have to bring 5 or 6 liters of water. That'll be okay. Then you have to bring some bread and cheese too, remember. Then if you have a boat like that, you can maybe sail to the North Sea, maybe. But cover your ship's wood with iron too, and make good rivets. Without rivets, it might sink. And remember to put a proof layer and separate your ship into compartments. And then make sure that more than 10 compartments, it still won't sink because it was watertight. It won't sink, of course. Remember to bring some of your favorite stuff, such as your microscope, some encyclopedia, or even some toys. Then, let me tell you about another stuff. Do you know why the Greeks surrendered to the Romans? Because it took 4 years of restlessness to surrender. Because they invented the catapult and the stomach bowl. Maybe it was around 400 BCE. And stomach arrow too. Then, if you were a goofy Greek, you have to wear a toga, like a Roman, because the Romans traded with the Greeks, so the Romans are similar to goofy Greeks. However, after Stressinus was occupied, within 18 years after Carthage surrendered, Greece was finally under Roman control. It's like this. Athens fell at 404 BCE, and Sparta fell at 371 BCE, and at 322 it was occupied by Macedonians. Well, if Alexander the Great looked at the west, he would find if he attacked Italy by that time, because around that time, Rome was getting bigger and bigger. So, Alexander might have a hard time attacking Italy, even if he survived to old age. And I think this is the end of my description about the goofy Greeks. Remember to buy the horrible history book, or you might never know a lot about the goofy Greeks.